that there's anything wrong with Walmart. It's just that it's not exactly your folksy little mom and pop type place. And one local entrepreneur thinks Walmart could well put small local businesses out of business if they don't become more visible. So he's found a way with Citysquares. Cambridge entrepreneur Ben Saren's mission is simple: to preserve what he calls Main Street USA. Saren says many local merchants are struggling against big box retailers like Walmart.
The bricks and mortars and the moms and pops of the neighborhoods are deteriorating and changing, and there's really an evolution happening in our neighborhoods.
Saren believes this evolution could change the makeup of Boston's neighborhoods.
If there are even, 3 more Walmarts opened up in the Metro Boston area, I think the impact is going to be dramatic.
Saren's business, Citysquares.com, is a website that places advertisements for small businesses. He adds pictures and descriptions, hoping to bring more visibility and business to small stores.
We know people are shoppers on a first-name basis.
Toy store owner Sally Lesser operates shops in 3 Boston area neighborhoods and says Walmart is slowly chipping away at her bottom line.
Well, I think there's a real danger that it will wreck communities, and it will wreck the character of this kind of selling, which is hands-on, it's person-to-person.
In a company statement, Walmart insists this simply is not true. In terms of putting Massachusetts mom-and-pop businesses out of business, it's important to note that Walmart spent over $2 billion for merchandising and services with 822 suppliers in the state of Massachusetts. Walmart also says it provides significant cost savings to lower-income families. Retail expert David Bell of the Harvard Business School agrees, saying Walmart succeeds because they sell mass merchandise at low prices.
Walmart survives because they deliver excellent value in the kind of mass category. So if there's something that they 1 million units of a year, they're going to sell it.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Walmart.
One shopper we spoke with says his wallet guides him to the superstore.
No, we actually tend to go to the big stores. That actually saves money.
But Ben Saren says it's not all about savings. He maintains that people want to preserve the look and feel of their communities, but may not know the shop around the corner exists.
They may be commuting into Davis Square or Coolidge Corner, and they never knew that there was a boutique shop that made specialty shoes.
And Ben may be onto something. Some shoppers say they'd rather pay more to preserve their community.
I like to support neighborhood stores and keep our communities together.
Even so, most consumers vote with their wallets. All right, and with me now are Thomas Kohan of MIT's Sloan School of Management and Dennis Violette, who owns All Brands Vacuum in Brighton. Welcome to both of you.
Nice to be here.
Dennis, do you feel like Walmart has cut into your business?
Yes, I do, and that has been going on for many, many years for a couple of reasons in particular. Sales of vacuums have dramatically dropped off, maybe in the last 15 years, thereabouts, because of the low pricing of vacuums sold by Walmart. Unfortunately, customers do not know, don't understand that cheap or inexpensive vacuums are cheap vacuums, and that's really what they are. And servicing of vacuums of that sort, at the same time, service program has died drastically for our business.
Well, isn't
in
that
particular.
because a lot of vacuums are really good products? They don't need a lot of servicing.
No, it's not. Inexpensive vacuums are not good products.
Mm-hmm. No, but good ones.
Good vacuums need very little servicing. That's a fact. That's what I sell in particular. And I know that people worry about price, too. To go into a Walmart, as it may be, and buy a vacuum for $59, $69, and they think, well, it's a Walmart, it must be good, is far from the truth. Same principle goes for when the advertising started as for bagless vacuums many, many years ago. And people thought this was great and didn't understand because the salesperson was not acknowledged to the fact that bagless vacuums means you must maintain them with $38 to $40 a year in the filters, because a bagless vacuum has no paper bag, it has multiple filters through it. And people are shocked by this all the time.
You know, Thomas, I thought the interesting thing about Citysquares, the point that they raised, was not just the pricing issue, and I understand what you're saying, too, the cheaper products there, but he's saying, even if it's, never mind the fact that it's a better product, the fact that it costs more, you should be supporting your local businesses. you think a lot of people have that mentality for the most part?
I think there's a sentiment there that people want to support local businesses and keep the community intact, and they want to have good relationships with small business owners like Dennis and like Ben. So there's a sentiment there, but price rules for very many people. And so Walmart has been phenomenally successful by driving down prices, but it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost to local businesses. It comes at a cost to the community wage structure. It comes at a cost to jobs, in fact. So we have to weigh the costs and the benefits of a Walmart and stores like that and see if we can't strike a better balance.
Well, they are very, very defensive. I have a couple of statistics here. They have 44 stores in Massachusetts, including 3 super centers.
Yeah.
They employ more than 11,000 people in Massachusetts, and they say they paid $13.4 million in taxes just in this state, and billions nationwide. They're saying, hey, they're growing the economy.
Well, you have to look at that in context. For every job that they're creating, they've taken away jobs from stores like Dennis's or others. And so the net evidence around the country is that when Walmart comes into a county or a region, it reduces the number of jobs in that region, and it also pulls jobs away from some surrounding regions if it's in a rural area, as it is in many of its locations. There's no question about that evidence anymore. On a national scale, because of their large size, they are shifting jobs from the small community-based stores to theirs, and they pay low wages. It would be one thing if the largest employer in the country would bring up the wage scale in our country, but they're bringing it down. And so not only are they taking away business and taking away jobs, they're putting pressure on everyone else to lower the wage structure. So we have to weigh the benefits and the costs very carefully when we look at Walmart.
When you look at this little business that Ben Sarin has, Citysquares, I mean, it's a little bit pie in the sky, I thought. I'm wondering, do you think something like that, and it's a great effort, I love the idea, that's why we did the story, but is something like that going to help you to have a website where people, oh, well, you know, there's a local vacuum store. They already know about your local vacuum store. They're going to Walmart because they can get one for $49.95. Is it going to help?
Yes, it is. Citysquares, I'd like to thank very much for being here. The acknowledgement of our presence to people other than we're getting to by our local advertising and so forth, by Citysquares, is going to help our business more and more because we've swayed the business a great deal. It's hard to compete against a Walmart, for example. What the gentleman was speaking of a couple of minutes ago was so true. The wage, hourly wage for persons by Walmart has greatly reduced and makes them work for nothing or next to nothing to speak of.
$10 and something an hour.
Yeah, exactly. And under-trained staff members, you can go in and ask, and they could tell you the same spiel every day. It's a great machine. It's a great machine for $69, whatever it might be, and not really knowing anything about the machine whatsoever. Yes, Citysquares.
And the next minute they're selling a bicycle and saying the same thing.
Exactly what's going on. And they're not having any information as for what's a good machine, what's not a good machine, even in their own particular stores. They have no acknowledgement as for what they're really selling.
So you think Citysquares can drive business to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think?
Well, there's no question that it not only helps the businesses that are listed on the web, but when they drive traffic back into the community, they get to know the other neighborhood stores. They get a bit of a commitment back into the community, and so that feeds on itself. And so I think there are some trade-offs here, and certainly there are some goods that mass marketing and large retailers are going to dominate. But when you can find the kind of service that we're talking about here and your local merchant, when you know that you can depend on them to give you advice, give you good advice on whether they've got the right brand for you or not, or you should really go to Walmart, that's really valuable to the community, and particularly to people who don't have access to all of the information when they walk in a store.
Right. Well, good luck to you, and I hope more people do shop local. I'm a big believer in that myself. Dennis Violette, Tommy Colcon, thank you so much.